So I'm here with recording artist, model, actress, and DJ Rebecca Lynne Morley. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having
You go by the name Princess Cyberspace. That's a
me.
bold claim. What gave you the idea for that name?
So originally I started making music in Boston. My ex was a music producer that went to Berklee College of Music. So
Oh, yeah, right by Fenway
I,
Park.
I'm sorry, yeah, by Fenway, yeah. Do you still live in Boston?
Yeah. I went to Harvard for graduate school. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. That's a good school. Yeah. It's like a really good school. Yeah. So Berkeley's like the Harvard of music, but I wasn't going to school there. I was actually working in tech, and that's where I came up with the name. Like I was working in tech, and I don't know, honestly, it just came to me and it was available on like Instagram. It wasn't taken as a website. It was available. It wasn't copyrighted. Like no one had really used that before. And it just
Yeah.
like kind of it just sounded cool, and that's where it came from.
Do you write your own music? Because I was listening to your songs, man. I was really impressed.
Yeah, I write my own lyrics. I usually have a co-writer, but I mostly come up with this stuff on my own. And I also come up with melodies, and I choose usually the beats that I make. And honestly, like if I spent more time sitting down at it, I could probably produce too, but it's always a team effort. I could never do one
Right.
song alone. And yeah, that's what I like about it. I like working with people. So I don't think I would want to be a one-man band, even if I could do that.
Yeah, like I feel like collaboration. Like in most, I'm from like hip hop, so like ghostwriting
Mhm.
is kind of like looked down upon for some reason, but like other genres of music is more accepted. Like especially pop, and I feel like you make like pop music. Like a lot of like really successful pop artists, like they have like 19, 20 like different people like working on songs. Um, I was listening to your song "Relatable." I really enjoyed that. Like, and you have a video. Can you talk about the inspiration behind that song?
Yeah, so that song, we actually wrote that song like 6 years ago, and I think we were kind of like ahead of our time when we came out with it. And it's kind of a satirical song, like it's supposed to be satire, but I mean, we were almost inspired by like Aqua, Barbie Girl, like that song from like the early 2000s, and how that song was kind of like it was supposed to be a reflection of pop culture at that time, but it was not to be taken too seriously. You know what I mean? Like, so we originally, my producer had written that song for, I think, Selena Gomez, like,
Wow.
because he had connections to her people and they didn't use the beat. So he was like, why don't we just put a song on this beat and like see what happens? So we did that and we just put it on SoundCloud, and overnight it became viral.
Yeah.
So like, one of those like SoundCloud rapper things that like became really popular. So we got some money to make a music video out of it after it went viral on SoundCloud. So we came out with a single in the music video for that.
Well, yeah, like I watched the music video too. Like, what was the experience like shooting the music video for it?
That was really fun. It was a lot of work and a lot of effort. We hired our friends to help direct it and produce it. So that was also like a huge team effort. Um, and it was just really cool, like having a vision and seeing it come to life. Uh, so yeah, that was really awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, I like a lot of your music. I feel like the songs are really catchy. Like, I listen to like Unblock Block. Like, like I thought
Blocked,
that was cool.
unblocked.
Yeah,
You. I
Block
don't have
on
a
Block.
music video for that one yet, so I've been thinking about potentially doing a video for that in the future. But right now I'm putting together like a new 4-track EP with a new producer to send to major labels to hopefully get more funding. So I can, hopefully make my music more mainstream in the future. Just maybe like get it synced to a movie or something like that. But it's a really competitive industry, so I never like to get too far ahead of myself.
But I feel like you set yourself apart because like you also do a lot of other things. Like I know you're a model, and I see you working with like a lot of major brands, and then you've also like you were in Harry Styles' Watermelon video. What was that
Yeah, that was
experience
really cool.
like?
Yeah, so That was really rad. I had no idea that it was gonna be as big as it was gonna be. Um, because going on set that day, like, I don't know, like it was just I knew he was really popular. I knew my little sister had a huge crush on him. And but I didn't think that it would be like the number one music video that
Right.
year in the world.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. Um, but yeah, I mean there were a lot of girls in it, but it was just a really good experience.
Yeah, that's like huge exposure, and like I see you like doing like a lot of like film roles, like IMDb credits, like what if like do you plan on taking like acting more serious and like doing more film work?
Yeah, well, now it's the new year, so I think I'm gonna go back to acting classes. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm auditioning a lot, but once again, I'm super competitive, and I'm in two national commercials right now, so that's pretty cool. One's for Pizza Hut and one's for Jeep Wrangler.
Oh, well,
Uh,
congratulations, that's amazing.
thank you. And so yeah, just auditioning a bunch for new films and stuff. And then I have like an art film that I started called Angel Nowhere about like a heroin addict who lives in Arizona and is just like kind of like this like wild child type thing. So that is still in the works. That hasn't come out yet, but I star in that one, so that will be really good for my portfolio.
Definitely. I see you like DJing and doing like different like events like all over LA. Could you talk about that a little bit? How you started like working as a DJ? Any upcoming shows you have like where you're gonna be DJing at?
Yeah, sure. So I was an event planner in college. I went to the University of Rhode Island. So I wasn't DJing yet then, but I was helping plan a lot of events at bars. So when I graduated and I moved to Boston, I learned how to DJ, and I wasn't yet really DJing in Boston. I was like curating playlists for events, but not really DJing. But then when I moved to LA, there was a lot more opportunity to DJ. So I was DJing a lot before COVID, like almost twice a week in Hollywood and Silver Lake and Santa Monica. And I'm DJing again. My rate's higher now because after COVID, it's like things just kind of changed. But I'm DJing actually an event in Vegas in a couple of weeks and possibly a crypto event here in LA in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I kind of just let that happen because um well, I do have a manager for that, but also it's not like I'm going door to door selling my DJing. It's more like if I can find the right connection that wants to hire me, because once again, it's like a weird industry, like repping yourself and being like, yeah, I'm a DJ. It's like they're all, it's easier to have your manager help you with that.
Right, right. Like how important is like like representation or like connecting with the right people like to find opportunities.
It's definitely really important. You can do some stuff yourself, but I think you definitely stand out if you have a manager or an agent. But it is really difficult to find the right person because I think with the internet now, there's just like so many avenues that a person can take. And apparently this year, like the big thing is the micro influencer, which I feel like I kind of am. Like it's like I don't have like a ton of followers, but like I have a few.
Yeah, you
And
got a significant amount, yeah.
thanks. But so but it's all organic and it's like all like real people. So I feel like I'm not just going to do an event that doesn't mesh with me
Yeah.
as a person or artist.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I think like, that's like branding. Like it's really like important, like, the people like, that you kind of like align yourself with because like, I think like people will like think you support like certain things or like you're a part of certain things if even if you're not, like,
Mhm.
uh, what's next for you like, in your career? Like what are you hoping to achieve like, throughout the rest of the year? I know we just kicked it off, but
Um, honestly, I think that it would be nice to take acting more seriously. And I'm actually working on a screenplay
Oh,
with a friend. It's like a dramedy, like a drama comedy TV show. And it's kind of based on real experiences. So it would be cool to get into writing as well and bring my own life experiences to life, like obviously exaggerated a little bit, but that's what I'm currently working on.
what's the craziest thing like you've experienced like living in LA?
The craziest thing? I mean, the Harry Styles music video was really cool. I'm trying to think. Like, I just feel like every day is like so crazy. Uh, I guess like just randomly seeing like celebrities and
Yeah.
is I guess like I mean
What's the biggest
everybody said
celebrity
that
you
in
saw
LA, but
randomly?
randomly like at the mall, Kourtney Kardashian,
Okay.
she was like, it was like, uh,
So I have a cool
I
Courtney.
just I didn't know those people went out in public, honestly. Like I
I
just thought that they were
I was on in
like
Burbank one
probably just
day
had personal
and I
numbers.
saw Kourtney Kardashian and her mother, Kris Jenner. They were driving in a Range Rover. I think they were lost like in Burbank. I was like, oh, I was like, what's up? Yeah, it was wild.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Like thank you so much for taking the time. Rebecca Lynne Morley. Where can people follow you on social media?
Oh yeah, so Princess Cyberspace is my Instagram. That's kind of what I use the most. And Princess Cyberspace Reel on TikTok. And yeah, that's about it.
Definitely. Thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate you
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was good to talk to you.
too.
Happy New